For some men, the addiction starts in their teens. Using phones, tablets, and laptops, they find ways to download and view pornography, hiding it from their parents. Years later, as an adult, the effects can be devastating for relationships and for sexual health. Tonight, our health reporter Haley Hernandez explains the long-term effects of pornography on the brain and how doctors and therapists are helping men escape this addiction.
I would watch porn for 15 to 30 minutes a day, every day, all through my teenage years.
29-year-old Gabe Deem admits he had a problem that started surprisingly early.
I was first exposed to porn when I was 8 years old.
The older he got, the more frequently he watched.
I went to a high school that gave all their students their own laptops. And we first figured out how to play video games, and the second thing we did was figure out how to watch porn on them.
The addictive habit started affecting his adult relationships.
It was horrible. They thought it was them. You know, a partner will think they're not attractive enough. And again, that's completely not the case.
Neurosurgeon Dr. Donald Hilton says this constant exposure to pornography is forcing young men to rewire their brain, where they crave pixels instead of people.
Literally anything the individual imagines can be produced within a few clicks. And so it's that novelty that drives this tremendous search for variety.
Dr. Hilton says craving that novelty can be defined as an addiction.
Someone that's addicted to cocaine, when they see a line of cocaine, the reward center of their brain on functional MRI or fMRI lights up like a Christmas tree. And an interesting study out of Cambridge University looked almost identical to cocaine with individuals that considered themselves addicted to porn.
But Houston sex therapist Emily Diala says it's wrong to label these men as addicts.
People can die if they are not weaned off drugs or alcohol. So physiologically, the same thing is not happening when you stop a sex or porn problem versus when you stop a drug or alcohol problem. It's two different processes, which is why we can't label it as an addiction.
She says the solution is figuring out how pornography fits in a relationship. But Gabe says there's no use for it at all.
I haven't watched porn in 6 years, and I don't ever plan on to again. I view porn now as just unhealthy.
He turned back to the internet for help and now uses online forums to ask and answer questions from men around the world.
3 years ago, I started my site, Reboot Nation, and it's grown to 10,000 members, mostly young teenagers and 20-year-olds with either erectile dysfunction or porn addiction.
Emily says the internet is full of misinformation and suggests parents communicate with children about forming healthy relationships.
Talk to the child about avoiding internet porn as much as possible, because what they're viewing isn't representative of what they're going to experience in the real world, and encourage them to form real-life healthy relationships, and when they're ready, sexual relationships.
Gabe wants to do more. He wants big tech companies to install firewalls to block porn sites from kids' devices like game systems, phones, and laptops. Haley Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.